Often in trainings, I get questions about emotions and being emotional in a process of change. When I explain that emotions are part of the change game, people automatically expect there to be shouting tirades. So today I want to discuss the difference between displaying your emotions and conveying your emotions. The difference between showing your emotions unfiltered and talking about your emotions. The difference between erupting in anger and talking about how frustrated and angry you really are. Professor of Management and Organisations at the Fuqua School of Business of Duke University, Ashley Shelby Rosette, has extensively researched negotiations and the role that emotions play in it. And it turns out that emotions can have a positive effect on negotiations because it's a way to clearly show your preferences, to show whether you're passionate about an issue. But it can also have a negative effect, and that is when you're so overcome with emotions that you're no longer able to think clearly. Or in case you lash out and display your emotions so forcefully, it can actually harm your credibility. Therefore, Professor Ashley Shelby Rosette argues that emotions should become an integral part of negotiations, and I find that the same thing applies to change. Talking about your emotions, a big yes. Erupting in intense emotions, big no. And I've often observed that people that are fantastic change makers and facilitators, that they have high emotional intelligence. So they really notice emotions going on within themselves and are able to manage them. And more importantly, they also notice what is going on within other people and know how to manage this effectively and compassionately as well. So, in change and negotiations, use emotions strategically. One example, when I was still employed by an multinational, I was supposed to change countries and change contracts. And the entire process had already taken over 1.5 years and different calculations were made, but there were different hurdles that we came across all the time. A new person came on in the compensation and benefits team and made the final calculation. Turned out I'd be earning way less bottom line than I had when I started my career. Difference in taxing cars locally. So that was the moment I decided to use my emotions strategically, and I called the individual and just said that I was so frustrated with the entire process that had taken so long and it was still incorrect. And obviously understood that she herself, having come recently on board, that she was not to blame for it, but that the entire situation was super frustrating. And turned out that was exactly what was needed. That afternoon, her manager was on board and things started running smoothly again. The experiment. Be aware of what your emotional triggers are and create a when-then statement. For example, when I feel I'm not taken seriously or belittled as a woman, then I take 3 deep breaths and address the inappropriate behaviour. Good luck experimenting.